because the pitcher's cut off. So on this one, the pitcher's kind of cut off. So we go a little higher on that one. What do you think?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Everett Middle School. It is Chuck Griffith Jr. Field, and the A's taking on the Superior Colorado Rough Riders. Game 6 of this 6-day road trip for the Dodge City A's. Game 6 of this road trip. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups for today as we're getting ready for first pitch. Starting with the Rough Riders, it is Sam Morris, right fielder, leading off. Batting second, shortstop, number 13, Wes Miller. Batting third, catcher, number 12, Keegan Soltis. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 7, Dominic Bronk. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 33, Noah Gaselli. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 8, Brett Benedetti. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 25, Don Folk. Batting eighth, first baseman, number 14, Cameron Gardner. And running out the lineup for the Rough Riders is the second baseman, number 11, Colton Brooks. We are ready for first pitch, and first pitch has been thrown down to the leadoff hitter, Kyle Morrell.
First pitch is fouled back. Never mind, that was the second pitch. And Kyle Morrell laces one to left field for a double here. A stand-up double. Way to get the A's going there.
So that will bring in Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval playing left today for the Dodge City A's. And I am joined in by Rubio Duran, a.k.a. Ruby.
Yeah, that's me. I'm him.
Welcome in.
Glad to be here.
Matthew Sandoval takes first pitch. He sees for strike number 1. And that one's going to be driven high and deep right, but twisting falls foul out of play for strike number 2.
Telling you, these past few games, Matthew's been looking like a power hitter.
The A's have seen some different people throughout the lineup get better with batting average. A few have fallen off a little bit, but that's part of summer baseball as well. So 1-2 the count to Matthew Sandoval. It is Garrett Blankenbeller on the mound for the Rough Riders. That one's driven out into right center field. It is caught by the right fielder. That'll be a sacrifice fly. Run away for the Dodge City A's, but that advances Kyle Morrell to third with 1 out. That will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan. Takes first pitch he sees for strike number 1, and O'Sullivan had himself a night at the plate yesterday against the Outlaws. 2 home runs, a solo shot, and a 2-runner. That one's in for ball 1, evens the count at 1 apiece. Brendan saw his batting average go up, courtesy of last night's performance. Let's go take a look. That one's hit high towards left field. The shortstop ranging back hauls it in, and now out number 2 for the A's. So that will bring in Jacob Klinowski to the plate. Klinowski is one of those A's that has seen his batting average go up. Takes first pitch EC, sends it foul to the third base dugout. Strike number 1. The A's with a loss at the Outlaws last night evened their season at 8-8 and are now 6-5 overall in league play in the Rocky Mountain League. Oski takes that pitch for ball 1, evens the count at 1 apiece. That one grounded back to the pitcher. Throw over to first in time, and that will end the inning for the A's. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Yeah, right here. Your request has been sent to the team's admin for approval. I can take care of that.
Pending request. Confirm. Let's go. We'll need to talk about Mr.
Riker.
Who's right?
The Rubio's wrong via game changer. Got an email.
Right there?
I mean, it popped up.
Oh.
Welcome back into Chuck Griffith Field. We are at Everett Middle School, Dodge City A's, Superior Rough Riders, Game 6 of the 6-day road trip for the A's. And it is Riker Sullivan on the mound for the A's, getting his second start on the road.
It was the first pitch. Second?
Was it
Riker Sullivan on the mound. A 1-0 pitch. Sent out into left field for a leadoff hit. So Sam Morris now on first base for the Rough Riders. Bunt sent down the third base line and throw over to first in time and out number 1 for the Rough Riders.
That was a great play right there by Sawyer, the third baseman.
I say we have Brendan O'Sullivan playing third base and Rucker Sullivan on the mound.
I mean, I would say Brendan is solely because he was the first one here, but
True. Very true.
we call Riker because it's Riker. For one of you guys who knew what that meant.
He strike last time.
I'm not sure where that blue was looking, but that looked right down the middle to me.
Full ball.
That one's hit high and deep out into center field, but as Roberto Gonzalez out there hauled that one in and out number 2.
Wasn't sure on count five.
Strike number 1 to Dominic Blanc. Now finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Runner on third for the Rough Riders, and Bronk finds himself down in the count, 1-2. That one misses to the outside, evens the count at 2 apiece. It's Riker Sullivan getting his second start for the A's here this afternoon. That one's hit over to second. Bobble throw over to first will not be in time, and the Rough Riders will take a 1-0 lead early in this game.
Took a bad hop right there on Rhett Pospisil. Unfortunate.
So an error on the second baseman, Rhett Pospisil. And that brings in Noah Gaselli. Gaselli takes first pitch he sees and fouls it off, down in the count, 0-1. Big swing and a miss, and now down in the count, 0-2. One delivered up high. Now 1-2 to Noah Gaselli.
There's a great sequence here. Let's see what Alex will come here with the pitch.
One reaches and just fouls it off the end of the bat to repeat the 1-2 count. So Riker Sullivan went 4 innings on Friday evening against the Game Day Angels. He got the win in that. No, he did not. That one catches the inside corner of the plate. Well, in the inning, we are headed to the top of the second. It is Roberto Gonzalez, Alex Cummings, and Brock Dembo due up for the A's. When we return, you've been listening to A's Baseball.
Hey, big up.
Driving this bus. Come on, guys.
Welcome back in, and I just realized that we never got through the A's lineup. So let's take a look at the A's lineup today. Leading off, it is right fielder number 22, Kyle Morrell. Batting second, left fielder number 3, Matthew Sandoval. Batting third baseman number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting fourth, designated hitter number 8, Jacob Klimowski. Batting fifth, the center fielder number 10, Roberto Gonzalez. Batting sixth, catcher number 18, Alex Cummings. Batting seventh, shortstop number 23, Brock Denbo. Batting eighth, first baseman number 24, Ryan Davis. Rounding out the lineup is the second baseman number 1, Rhett Pospischal. Starting pitcher for the A's is Riker Sullivan. Roberto Gonzalez steps in and takes first pitch he sees for ball number 1. That one misses to the outside edge. Now 2-0 for Roberto Gonzalez, and the A's trailing in this game 1-0 here in the early innings. Roberto pulls back and tries to bunt, sends it foul for strike number 1. That one catches his zone. Evens the count at 2 apiece for Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .381 on the season. Looks at strike, the final strike on the inside corner. And that will be out number 1 for the A's. That brings in Alex Cummings to the plate. Alex batting .262 on the season, coming into tonight's match. This afternoon's matchup. Alex sends that one on the ground, throw from short to first in time, and now out number 2 for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring in Brock Denbo. He'll take the first pitch he sees for ball 1. Two and 0 the count now to Brock Denbo. I can tell you that most of these A's players are ready to return home.
You got that right.
That one's down, and now 3-0 to Brock Denbo. 2 out here in the top of the second. I know I'm ready to go home.
Ready to play some golf.
It's been a long 6-day road trip.
Definitely has.
That one catches the zone for strike number 1 to Brock Denbo. 3-1 now.
But at the same time, I don't mind because we're all doing what we like to do. So it's been enjoyable.
The A's have played some good baseball. They come out Friday evening. Strike number 2 to Brock Denbo. We came out Friday evening. Started our trip off with a win against the Game Day Angels. A game that the A's won in convincing fashion, actually. Spent the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, traveling back and forth to Fort Collins, and that will be a walk now to Brock Denbo. So the A's played Saturday, Sunday in Fort Collins, won both of those. Returned to play the Game Day Angels on Monday evening, and a game that the A's took the lead early on a solo shot, then fell behind for the run, came back, had the game within reach at 4-3, and just couldn't quite finish it out. And then last night at the Outlaws, a tough game that went extra innings. Saw the A's drop that one 9-8.
Ryan Davis with a 2-0 count here. Big swing, sends out to second base, hits off his glove, but does not beat out the throw. They A's leave one on, and you're listening to A's Baseball.
Welcome back in. We are in the bottom of the second. A's trailing this one 1-0, and it is a 2-0 count to Brett Benedetti. That one's driven out into left field. It'll be a leadoff hit. So on the 2-0 count, Benedetti gets on with a line drive out into left field. So that will bring up Don Folk. Riker Sullivan back on the mound for his second inning of work. That one's in low for ball number 1. That one in and catches the upper part of the zone. Strike 1. Two and 1 to Don Folk for the Rough Riders. That one's hit on the ground, right at second, throw to short, throw over to first in time, and that will be the double play. Much needed double play out for the Dodge City A's as they turn the 6-4-3. That will bring in Cameron Gardner. That one catches the inner half of the plate for strike number 1.
I love Riker's tempo up there, always on that happy feet stuff. He's a dog on the mound.
That one misses, evens the count at 1 apiece. Throw-in catches the outer part of the zone. Gardner down on the count 1-2. One up high, evens the count at 2 apiece. A's trailing in this game early, 1-0. That one's sent out to short. Denbo backhands, fields, throw over to first in time, and that ends the inning. Unconventional 1-2-3, and We are headed to the top of the third. It will be Rhett Pospisil, Kyle Morrell, and Matthew Sandoval due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back in. It is Rhett Pospisil leading off for the A's. We're in the top of the third. A's and Rough Riders. Game 6 of this 6-day road trip, and Pospisil takes first pitch he sees and fouls it off down the first base line for strike number 1. That pitch in catches his own and quickly down in the count 0-2. Officially, the Rough Riders come into league play tonight 0-9 overall. Not sure about an overall score, and strike catches his own. We'll get Rhett looking for out number 1, and that will bring up Kyle Morrell. Morrell doubled his last time up. Ball number 1 to Kyle Morrell. That one in, misses the zone, and 2-0 now. So Kyle Morrell hitting .327 on the season. Up in the count, 3-0 at this time. Kyle coming into tonight had 3 extra base hits, so add another one to that. And catches the outer edge of the zone for strike number 1. Morrell has 15 RBIs, scored 12 of his own, been hit by a pitch once. Hit into a fielder's choice, been on base 8 times via the base on balls. Make it 9 now. And struck out 10 times. So a runner on first for the A's, run away here in the top of the third, and that will bring in Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval hit into a sac fly his last time up. Matthews hitting .358 on the season coming into today's matchup. Matthew Sandoval has been a bit of a staple within this A's lineup. Takes first pitch he sees outside for ball one. Maybe the A's are going to get a break. Garrett Blankenbeller showing some signs of maybe not being as effective. 1-1 the count to Matthew Sandoval. He'll take
Get
that
down.
pitch. He sends it high out into right center field, and diving as the right fielder can't come up with it. It goes against the fence. A short throw in, and there's two guys down out there, and the throw is offline, and that scores two. So the A's take the lead 2-1 in this game. That becomes a technically inside the park home run for Matthew Sandoval.
That ball was hammered.
The argument might be made for an error, but technically to me it's an inside the park home run. Right fielder came diving for it. It got just past his glove, rolled over the other way to the wall. Both fielders were down. So the A's leading 2-0, and that will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate. So Brendan O'Sullivan now. 3-0. The A's leading this one 2-1. Blankenbeller delivers and catches the outer edge of the zone. Strike number one. O'Sullivan flew out his last time up. Brendan O'Sullivan hitting .350 on the season. Takes that pitch out of the zone, and that'll be another walk. The A's now leading 2-1. We're in the top of the third, and that brings in Jacob Klanowski. Klanowski grounded out his last time up. Jacob Klanowski steps into the box, hitting .469 on the season. He leads the team in batting average at this time. That one just misses the outside of the zone for ball number one. So Mr. Klanowski, 15 hits, 10 singles, 5 doubles, driven in 10, scored 6 runs of his own, hit into a fielder's choice, been on base 3 times via the walk, and struck out 11 times. Throw over to first was not in time. So now we're 1-0 in the count to Jacob Klanowski's big swing and miss, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. Throw over to first. Blankenbeller evidently concerned with Brendan O'Sullivan being a running threat. The A's at times have been aggressive on the base paths. That one in for a strike, and now 1-2.
Get down,
Kowalski
ball.
will drive that one out into right center field, and the right fielder there to take That one gets it standing up, and out number 2 now for the A's. Brendan O'Sullivan at first. That brings in Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 1, struck out looking his last time up, and a strikeout that he did not agree with. He takes first pitch he sees. He'll send it high out to center field. Ranging back is the center fielder Brett Benedetti, and he'll haul it in, and that will end the inning for the A's. Not after the A's take the lead. After the inside the park home run by Matthew Sandoval. So we're headed to the bottom of the third. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Chuck Griffith Jr. Field at Everett Middle School. It is the Dodge City A's and Superior Rough Riders. A's leading this one 2-1, bottom of the third, and it is Colton Brooks leading off for the Rough Riders. He'll take first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Brendan O'Sullivan, Riker Sullivan on the mound for the A's now doing his third inning of work, and that one misses just outside for ball 1. So the A's now leading this game 2-1. That one's hit high but foul, and now 1-2 to Colton Brooks. Chuck Griffith Jr. Field is home to Wheat Ridge High School, the Farmers. That pitch misses inside and evens the count at 2 apiece. So the A's on their season have now completed the entire series with the Colorado Springs Outlaws. A big swing and a miss, and Colton Brooks goes down on strikes, out number 1 for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Sam Morris. Morris singled his first time up. So the A's have completed their series with the Outlaws. Won the series 3-1. Morris takes first pitch he sees, sends it out to left. Matthew Sandoval to haul that one in, and now 2 away for the Rough Riders. So that will bring in Wes Miller. Miller on with a bunt his last time up. So this will be game 1 of the 4-game series with the Rough Riders. They will complete the series when they come to Dodge later in July. The A's up 2 games against the Fort Collins Foxes and 1-1 against the Game Day Angels. Pitch 1 to Wes Miller was a ball. The A's have yet to see the Denver Cougars. Swung on and missed by Miller. Evens the count at 1 apiece. The A's have also dropped 1 game in the league standings. Strike number 2 to the Hayes Arcs. And are down 2-0 to the Liberal BJs. Big swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the top of the fourth. Alex Cummings, Brock Denbo, and Ryan Davis due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
One minute later.
Welcome back in. Welcome back in to Chuck Griffith Jr. Field. This is the top of the fourth. A's leading this game 2-1, and Alex Cummings steps in. Cummings grounded out his first time up. He'll take the first pitch he sees and sends it foul.
He is such a handsome man. Look at him. God, that was a beautiful swing, Alex. Rolls it over a shortstop, but does not beat the throw out. It's all good. A lot of baseball left for this young man.
Cummings grounds out on the throw from shortstop to first, and that will bring up Brock Denbo. Denbo walked on his first time up, one away for the A's here in the top of the fourth.
Brock has some killer flow, man.
Take the first pitch he sees inside for ball number one.
That's a questionable call, I would say. Top zone, not even close, but
Strike evens the count at one apiece to Alex Cummings, and he's trying to keep some momentum going. Looks that one outside for ball two. 2-1 now to Alex. I thought I heard foul ball, but I'm not sure. I know it definitely caught the catcher in the chest. Yes. 2-2 the count to Alex Cummings. Blankenberger delivers, swung on and caught foul tip, and that is out number two for the A's. So that will bring in Ryan Davis. Davis 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up.
Ryan Davis, Waco, Texas. You know he's not from Waco, but we call him Waco. Waco Ryan.
Davis definitely one of the taller guys on this team. That height comes in handy at first base. He'll take the first pitch he sees, sends it on the ground in the gap out into right field, and one on for the A's. So that will bring in Rhett Pospisil back at the bottom of the order for the A's. Rhett 0 for 1, struck out looking his last time up. With that hit, that is the first hit for Ryan Davis since going back to the Fort Collins series. Right, takes first pitch he sees, got on the ground out to third. Throw to first, not in time, and it bounces. That is a hit for Rhett Pospisil. He had it beat out. It was hit well deep into the hole at third. He had that one beat out. So officially in our books, it is a hit. So that will bring in Kyle Morrell back at the top of the order for the A's. Runners on the corners.
Kyle takes first pitch fastball in the outer half for a ball.
So Kyle Morrell 1 for 1, a double, and walked on his last time up. The A's, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Have stranded 3 so far. Going in for a ball as well, 2-0. The Rough Riders, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They've stranded 1. Garrett Blankenbeller still on the mound for the Rough Riders, and the 3-0 count to Kyle Morrell. Blankenbeller has thrown 61 pitches so far this game. 35 of those were strikes. Throw over to first, and they say they got him. That's a little stunned by that call, but that will end the inning for the A's. No runs. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. You've been listening to A's baseball. Welcome back into Chuck Griffith Jr. Field. Keegan Soltis leading off for the Rough Riders. Riker Sullivan on the mound now for his 4th inning of work. That ball's hit high and deep out to right field, but Kyle Morrell there to haul it in, and out number 1 for the Rough Riders. Strike number 1 in. Oh, 0-2 to Dominic Blanc, and one away for the Rough Riders. A's leading this game 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
Smell you, kid.
Strikeout looking for Dominic Blanc, and quickly 2 away. We'll bring in Noah Gaselli.
That was a great frame job by Alex Cummings on there. Nice little stick in the other half. Got the call. And Shannon Cummings, your son, is a gorgeous human being.
Big swing and a miss from Noah Gaselli for strike number 1. So the A's will return home after this game to complete the 6-game series, and 2 much-needed days off for the A's. They will return back on the road. That will be a solo home run for Noah Gaselli to even this game at 2 apiece. So home run to left field for Noah Gaselli pulls the game even at 2, and that will bring up Brett Benedetti. Benedetti singled his last time up. Some conversations occurring between the Rough Riders and home plate umpire. Oh! So in a change of events, throw down to second, and they will say that he missed second, so that is an out. The run does not count. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
My son's first baseman right there. Oh, okay. All right. Who's your son? He's playing third.
Leading off in the top of the fifth, it is Kyle Morella for the Dodge City A's back at the top of the order. A's now making their third trip through the batting order, and ball number 1. So 1-0. Swing and a miss, evens a count at 1 apiece for Kyle Morrell, and the Dodge City A's leading this game 2-1. I know I said they tied the game, but the runner, Noah Gaselli, missed second base and was called out. That ball in and strikes the foot of Morrell, and leadoff runner is on. So that will bring in Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval 1 for 1. Hit it inside the park home run. His last time up, it was a pitch that was driven deep into right field. Right fielder went diving for it, rolled all of the way to the wall, and by the time it was thrown in, the speedy Sandoval was back home safely. So 0-1 now to Sandoval. Blankenbiller comes set, delivers. That one's hit out into left center field, and Morrell digging for third. Throw in will not be in time, and that will put runners on the corners for the A's.
That will bring up Brendan O'Sullivan.
So that brings in Brendan O'Sullivan. 0 for 1 in this game. Flew out and walked on his last time up. That one misses outside. Ball number 1. That one's fouled off. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Runners on the corners for the A's. Big swing and a miss, and that will be strike number 2. So Sullivan will step out, adjust his batting gloves. Blankenbiller comes set. Sandoval takes off. That one's hit high and deep out to left field. He's tracking it. It'll fall in for a hit. Sandoval's rounding third. Throw in. Throw to home coming. Not in time, and that scores 2 more. An RBI double for Brendan O'Sullivan. So the A's now leading this game 4-1, and that will bring in Jacob Klinowski to the plate. We're going to have a mound visit from the Rough Riders head coach. By my count, prior to game time today, the Rough Riders had 11 players available. So we're not sure how that's going to look in the later innings for pitching.
Yeah. Yes, we lost our for like a week. And we just so we had a double whammy of dealing with and like we got it back. So we didn't have
Jacob Klinowski Stepping into the plate.
and all that.
He is 0 for 2 on the evening. Ground out, fly out.
Like,
He will
like
face
they had
Blankenbiller for the third time, and Brendan O'Sullivan out at second for the A's. Top of the fifth.
it wasn't to everybody yet.
First pitch he sees is inside for ball number 1.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There weren't rules, but yeah, they dropped the rules pretty quick. But like at my work, we had
1-0 to Klimovsky. Blankenbiller comes set.
and yeah, he's been very careful. And she's so she probably got a
Klimovsky sends that one out into right field, and
teacher. But
Morris diving for it, comes up with it, and out number 2 for the A's.
so it's just kind of like,
Actually, nope, rather that was out number 1, sorry.
oh man, for everything. Yeah, it was. That's why it was scary.
One away for the Dodge City A's.
I already know. Like anything goes around, I'm probably getting
That will bring in Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 2 on the evening, flew out his last time up.
her right to me, and then I get it. And she's like, oh yeah, I got that going around the school.
That pitch delivered well outside for ball number 1. Good ball delivers. That one's up high now, 2-0.
Messing around, but no, we put it into the.
Well, I thought we thought we had it. We thought we had, because Ryan got it right after Christmas, which was 2 months before we got it.
That one down, now 3-0
He was like,
to Roberto Gonzalez.
we put him up, and we brought a little like warm refrigerator in there, and stocked it with food, and we moved a nicer TV in the room, and brought his video games in there. So I'm good.
He's good, yeah.
I'm good.
That one outside, a 4-pitch walk will put
I know.
Gonzalez on at first. So now runners at first and second for the A's, and that brings in Alex Cummings. Cummings 0 for 2 on the evening, grounded out his last time up.
It hasn't yet.
This is the handsome, the invincible Alex Cummings. Come up to hit, Justin, for your correction.
Cummings has been a staple in the lineup for the A's as well. Has been catcher for nearly this entire trip.
Just like everybody get that's the other
First pitch he sees is outside, and
weather that hits part of the
ball number 5.
Okay,
but it just hits everybody all
Yeah.
at once, and the system's just not set.
yeah,
And then it got worse because some of the stuff froze, and some of the
Yeah.
systems weren't, designed for that long temperature. Just we weren't.
Blankenbiller debating long and hard. Time is called, and Alex Cummings will step out rather.
so we're gonna do that, or what? So they want us to sue the.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's Texas, so there's no joining anybody. Like we might invite other people. I'm not saying me personally.
No, I understand.
That's the attitude is we may invite other people in, but yeah, well, that's
Strike
true.
evens account at 1 apiece to Alex Cummings. Runners on first and second for the A's. Top of the 5th. A's leading 4-1.
And it's just getting more and more.
One's fouled off into the fence.
We live in a college town, so there's a lot
Cummings finds himself down in the count 1-2.
from around. You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, right. And yeah. So it's not so bad. Yeah, but you still get.
Joyed alongside Ruby Duran.
Yeah,
William Roberts assisting with the live stream, and Blake Mayfield assisting with the scoring. I cannot do these without the help of the A's players that come up and help. That pitch up high evens account at 2 apiece.
You gotta go deep, right? You can't just be on the fringes.
no. I guess that. Or you just, yeah.
Cummings sends that one on the ground, right back up the middle, and that one out into center field. That will score one. So runners on the corners for the A's, an RBI single for Alex Cummings.
That's way south. Yeah. They're down toward okay. I'm trying to remember which one it is.
That will bring in Brock Denbo. Denbo 0 for 1 on the evening.
Yeah.
Struck out on a caught foul tip his last time up. So he will face Garrett Blankenbiller.
I don't know how much, because this guy has coached athletic director at Dodge City Community College. The coach of the baseball team.
That one's first pitch delivered outside for ball number 1.
But Brett Doe, he
No work currently in the A's bullpen, and
played college ball at Baylor.
looks like they're now going to start sending someone down for the Rough Riders. That one just a bit outside. Ball number 2.
How much he has to do with his connections, like helping set the team up.
Okay.
I know that's where our 3 guys got him. Was he'd recruited at least my son Ben.
That one's hit out to center field. It will fall in for a hit, and that will score another one. A's now leading this one 6-1.
Oh yes, it's weird. Yeah, it's not the usual JUCO experience, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
So runners at first and second for the A's.
He likes Baylor a lot, but he'll go wherever.
RBI single for Brock Denbo. That brings in Ryan Davis. Davis singled his last time up. Davis sends that one high and deep. That's going to right field. It will bounce off the rail. Throw in, but Alex Cummings chasing. And sorry, that was Brock Denbo chasing.
I'm really glad to see that.
Tyler Toby was running for Alex Cummings.
We've been hitting like your sensor for like the whole first part of the season, and then we showed up, and then he just went over forever.
So now 2 away for the A's on the RBI double from Ryan Davis.
And I don't, you know, like all superstition, you know, baseball superstition can be fun.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't really buy into it, but it's just fun to talk about.
Yeah.
But there was part of me that was like, was he maybe playing well because he was just doing like he
Free.
didn't have
No
somebody
pressure. Yeah.
didn't have somebody standing right
Yeah.
behind home
Yeah.
plate.
Video
watching
and
him.
all that. Right. I get it.
And so I was just like, oh boy. And we talked to him before the first. It's like you know, we're just trying to slip in. And he
Strike one to Rhett Poshpischel.
comes out of the dugout, comes up, talks to us, and I'm like, this is good. And then I was like, maybe
2 away now for the A's, leading this game 7-1. Ryan Davis out at second. Rhett Poshpischel down in the count, 0-1. Takes big swing and a miss, now 0-2. So far in this game, A's 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, have stranded 4. The Rough Riders 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. A's stranded 1. Work has begun in the Rough Riders bullpen.
Yeah.
they were given something and they took it. You know,
Yeah.
That one just missing outside, ball 1.
that's one of the things about this kind of thing is learning to play every day where it's just like reboot. You know? Yep.
1 and 2 to Rhett Poshpischel. Lincoln Miller set,
He got upset. He's like,
delivers.
playing Fort Worth or Fort Collins.
Half-hearted swing from Rhett Poshpischel. That will end the inning. The A's 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They will strand 1 more. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th. A's leading 7-1. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
It's just sometimes it's just the guys like you can't judge your performance based off of
Welcome back in to Chuck Griffith Jr. Field. It is the A's and Rough Riders, and the A's have made the call to the bullpen to bring in Ethan Batista. Batista now on the mound for the A's. The A's leading this game 7-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. So Riker Sullivan's evening is done. Riker officially will go 4 innings. Riker Sullivan, 4 innings. He'll throw 46 pitches, 1 run. First pitch from Ethan Batista to Brett Benedetti, sent out into right field and caught for out number 1. So that will bring in Don Folk. Folk 0 for 1 on the evening, grounded out his last time up.
That's why I'm in Texas. Yeah. There's a nice middle ground.
0-1 the count to Don Folk. Good job, Riker. I am joined in now by Riker Sullivan, and Riker, a good performance on the mound tonight for the A's after having just started back on Friday evening.
Yeah, it was a great day. Great day for the A's for right now. We're up. Let's keep it going, guys.
So 1-2 now to Don Folk. You know, the A's, a little bit of a shaky start in the bottom of the first. Rough Riders score a run, but the A's have responded well and come back. So foul ball, still 1-2 to Don Folk. So you were down in, what was that, the bottom of the third, where I believe it was Noah Caselli hit what we thought was going to be a home run, but the run negated was that he missed second base.
Yeah, that's correct. He talked a little stuff to me, and he was pimping it, and then he missed second base and called him out.
Two and two the count to Don Folk. So you've heard it officially here. That's exactly what happened. That one called out. Apparently they say he was caught looking, and that is 2 away for the Rough Riders, and that will bring in Cameron Gardner. Gardner 0 for 1 on the evening, grounded out his last time up. Pitch catches the inner half of the plate for strike number 1. That one misses to the outside, evens the count at 1 apiece. Two and one, the count to Cameron Gardner. That one's hit out to center field, and Roberto Gonzalez tracking. He'll haul it in, and that will end the inning for the Rough Riders. So that will bring up Back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's, Kyle Morrell, Matthew Sandoval, and Brendan O'Sullivan who return in the top of the sixth. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Okay. Okay.
And that and it's a small town. What I consider small. Terrace, yeah. And we got a little bit like a lot of Campbell cities and all that. Okay. We have a little bit of industry, but it's mostly farming. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah. And so, yeah, of course, the boys are like, there's nothing. We're kind of like that. We're all right. Yeah, exactly. It's like you get your baseball in and you get good grades,
Yeah.
but you're not distracted. Education. There's not a lot of tech. I'm an aircraft engineer. We do have a facility there that does a lot of aircraft work. Like has 2,000 employees. It's mostly education, and then because we have the Baylor University, and then like just lots of support, like
Everything.
yeah, it's
revolves
like
around
banking, lawyers, and restaurants,
Got it,
hotels,
got it.
yeah. And I don't know if you like about Fixer Uppers, like one of those TV
Yeah, I've seen it.
shows. That's all out of like.
Okay.
So that's been a recent. Now we're a tourist town, so everybody, because they have like all their shops to sell all their interior
Okay.
design stuff and all that. So now all of a sudden, like the housing market's shut out.
That's what I was gonna say. What's real estate? What's the three bedroom, two bath?
It's around 300. It's
Okay.
nothing. It's not like what
Ours.
you guys have, but for compared to where it was like 15 years ago, it's gone way up, which is like.
Welcome back into Chuck Griffith Jr. Field. It is the Dodge City A's.
Right.
Carlos Superior Rough Riders. A's leading 7-1 as we head to the top of the sixth. And Rough Riders made the call to the bullpen to bring in Zach Link. So now Zach Link on the mound, a right-hander for the Rough Riders, and the A's leading off back at the top of the order for now their fourth trip through the batting order. The A's in this game batted around the batting order in the fifth inning.
Right across the both little north Clown, Montana had no sales tax. And I was like, oh, this is the way to go. And then I found out they have to move it. That's when I'm an adult, right? And that means something to me now. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't have an income tax. So they have a higher sales tax.
The A's will return back to Dodge City tonight after the completion of this game, and we'll have 2 much-needed days off. A's off Friday and Thursday this week. We'll be back on the road on Saturday to travel to Hayes America to face the Hayes Larks. Then the Larks will travel to Dodge City on Sunday. Both of those games set for 7 p.m. pitches. So from here on out, the rest of the season will be 7 p.m. starts for the Dodge City A's, pending any last-minute adjustments that we don't know about. So, Kyle Morrell set to lead off for the A's here in the top of the sixth.
It's just not, I think part of the problem though is the state thing is that you end up with so many
Morrell 1 for 1. He was hit by pitch his last time up.
anything like this part of the
Right,
state,
right.
this part of the state's like the biggest population, like the most amount of residents in the fucking oh yeah, it's a whole different place.
First pitch delivered up high for ball number 1. Kyle Morrell pulls the trigger and fouls that one off, evens the count at 1 apiece. One outside, now 2-1, the count to Kyle Morrell.
Can you imagine what the 17th century they have?
Yeah. Hey, when those dudes wrote the Constitution.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch SNL, but they had a really good.
Oh yeah, no, we watched it.
They had a good thing recently. Where it was about
3-1, the count to Kyle Morrell.
something in the future.
A's batting in the top of the 6th.
Wait, what?
That one, they say, catches the outside edge of the zone, and that will be full count now, 3-2. So we'll see what Link has for a payoff pitch.
It might work. And it's like,
Payoff pitch is outside, and that will be a leadoff walk for the A's. And for the 3rd time this game, the leadoff runner is on. So that will bring in Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval singled his last time up. Matthew Sandoval playing in his 15th game of the season.
Trust me, I'm
Shows bunt and takes it for strike number 1. Sandoval has played in every game of this road trip so far. That one's driven, hit on the ground, but foul, and now strike number 2. So leadoff runner Morrell is on at first. Sandoval will take that one looking, and out number 1 for the A's, and that brings in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 1 for 2 on the evening, doubled his last time up. So O'Sullivan playing in his 16th game of the season for the Dodge City A's. Morrell goes and takes second. So a 1-0 count to Brendan O'Sullivan, and now a runner on second for the Dodge City A's. Kyle Morrell with a stolen base. Sullivan pops that one up. And gathered in for the out in foul territory by the first baseman. So now 2 away for the A's. That will bring in Jacob Klimowski. And plate umpire will take the opportunity to clean off the plate. So the A's, after having played on an entirely turf field at the Angels and Outlaws, playing on an entirely natural field here this evening. Takes first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Big swing and a miss from Klimowski, and down in the count, 0-2. Link comes set. Delivered down low. They say he did not go, and ball number 1. Nofsky sends that one high, deep out to right field. But caught by the right fielder at the warning track, and that will be the 3rd out for the A's. So that ends the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've been wondering that myself since they don't produce mission. Yeah. You know, like I figured there was a money maker. Yeah. They do read. I know they read a lot of sponsors off on the live. Okay. Brendan said they do it. Yeah. Yeah, that may be it. Yeah. And I know they have a booster club. Okay. But I don't know what they do. Yeah. And I can't imagine that there's that much money being made just from Dodge City, you know. But yeah, no, this is a lot cheaper than travel ball. Oh yeah. I know that. Sure. That's the best way to get a raise.
Bottom of the 6th, and it is Colton Brooks leading off. He will face Ethan Batista going out for his 2nd inning of work for the A's, and the A's leading this one 7-1. So Colton Brooks 0 for 1 on the evening. Struck out his last time up. Shows bunt and sends it out. Fielded by the catcher Cummings. Throw down to first is not in time, and so the leadoff runner is on in Colton Brooks. Sam Morris takes first pitch he sees and fouls it off. That one misses outside. Now evens the count at 1 apiece.
We did it doable. Yeah. We split it. Yeah, we split it because we left like after work.
1 and 2 the count now to Sam Morris. Ethan Batista making his 6th appearance, having come into the contest. 8.1 innings pitched. Started in 1 game. That one gets away. We'll move Colton Brooks over to second.
Every now and then there's a little
So Ethan Batista has given up 7 hits, 8 runs, walked 3, and struck out 9. Has hit 7 for a collective ERA of 8.64. Batista delivers, swung on and missed, and that will be a strikeout for Sam Morris. That will bring in Wes Miller to the plate. Miller 0 for 2 on the evening, struck out swinging his last time up.
it's not mountain driving where you're getting it to drive fast. But you got all the beautiful scenery.
One away. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Runner on second for the Rough Riders. Batista working from the first base side of the rubber. One's fired in, and Cummings comes up with it. Pops up, looking to possibly throw out Colton Brooks at second. Brooks was off the bag by quite a ways. Cummings thought about it, but didn't pull the trigger. 2-0 now to Miller.
But it was like the end of a work day. I was just like, my mind shut. I'd be like, hey, you know, listen. Well, that's the other thing too is like the other thing is like some of these mountains, you drive through and stuff's closed in. You didn't, last time we were here, like 3 or 4 years ago, there used to be, two gas stations. Now there's none.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
You do it right.
Sorry, 2-1.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just kind of
2-1 to Wes Miller. Now 3-1. The Rough Riders are starting their third trip around the batting order.
that's a different kind of stress.
Runner goes to third. Ball's hit on the ground. Out to first. Fielded by Ryan Davis in time. And it'll be a 3U. Out number 2 for the Outlaws. And Brooks now down at third.
You lose your ability to do this there and find the outs and all that. It's like, I guess you just got to be really playing it.
Yeah.
It'd be great cards. Just like, make sure we're ready.
So that will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis 0 for 2 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. Looks at first pitch he sees for a strike. Down on the count, 0-1. The A's so far in this game, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Rough Riders. That one's outside for to even the count at 1 apiece.
That Chargers deal, what they do is you got to really look for them. I do know the thing that has to network track.
Yeah. They're putting more
Now,
targets.
2-1 to Keegan Soltis. The A's trying to close out this long road trip with a win and go 4-2 on the road in Colorado. That one's fouled off. Evens the count at 2 apiece.
So right now is not your best time.
Not good.
Full count now to Keegan Soltis. So we'll see the payoff pitch from Ethan Batista. Batista set. Levers and that one up high, and now runners on the corners and 2 away for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Dominic Bronk.
You guys have been rolling.
Bronco for 2 on the evening, struck out looking his last time up.
Ryan was telling us you're not. And I was like, come on, I can't talk about that. He said, no, seriously. And then they just went off in the street. It turns out we could hit the grass.
That one hit
Oh, nice.
on a rope out to Rhett
play.
Pospisil at second, throw over Brock Denbo covering the base, and that will be the force out. We're headed to the top of the 7th. It will be Roberto Gonzalez, Alex Cummings, and Brock Denbo due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Well, that's a good lesson for them. Who you are today doesn't have to be who you are tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I think some of it was just them on new
Yeah.
wood bats.
Totally.
probably exhausted from traveling there, because I think most of these kids sound like they got there and then like that day or the
Yes.
next day they have to play a
Yeah.
game. They're on a bus with people they don't know.
Right. And I think they played some really tough teams.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
start.
Yeah. And so they anyway but I think also part of it is, you know, there's no inter squads, there's no practice for like 3 months before you start games and all this, and so coaches run a lineup out there.
Yeah, you're not sure.
With no idea
Right.
who's really who he can count on, who needs to be bad and lead off.
Yeah.
You know, kind of settled in after. Kind of saw some signs. Just got consistent with.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But man, I like that drive up there. Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Oh man,
I
and
wanted
then
to go drive on it. I don't know. They have the air conditioning. I didn't get a chance to drive through it. See if I could drive around it and go to the football field. It just looked so nice.
oh yeah.
Welcome back into Chuck Griffith Jr. Field. A's and Rough Riders. And it is the A's with a 7-1 lead headed to the top of the 7th.
I like that. I like that.
Zach Link back out on the mound for now his second inning of work.
Just test those.
Did you go to that garden and dog thing?
It's really neat. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. We went with the kids when they were probably like 10, 11, something like that, which is a perfect age. Because then it was just like, just watch them climb. Yeah. And then every now and then. Like,
Final warm-up pitch coming for Zach Link.
That's too high. So when so you'll now you know so we drove in. This was the first time we got here. We got into town at 10 o'clock.
So the games this weekend, Saturday at Hayes, Sunday at home, are non-league games against the Larks. The A's will again host the Larks at home on Tuesday the 28th. That will be a league game. And then the A's will travel to the Liberal BJs on the 29th.
Whatever changed.
That also a league game, and that will close out the month of July for the Dodge City A's.
You know, like Holiday Inn Express. Somehow we got it mixed up and took his patches too.
1-0 to Roberto Gonzalez leading off for the A's. He's
But we drove
0 for 2 on the evening. Walked his last time up.
you know that spot where it's got the rock that's balanced.
Now 2-0.
There's all the rock in the driveway. That's where we entered in. And I'm like,
That one was just a bit outside and goes back to the fence. 3-0 the count to Roberto Gonzalez.
and then it turned into, you know, and then you go around the corner and you're in the road, just staring at us.
That one inside, bounces off the catcher's glove, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Roberto. Leadoff runner on for the A's, and that will bring in Alex Cummings. Cummings 1 for 3 on the evening. Singled his last time up.
It was like we had it. We had it. No, we had it. It was enough that it messed us up. It led us astray, and we did. And it wasn't enough to really be able to.
A's pitching staff has combined to get a strikeout in every inning but the second.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is way up there. Yeah.
0-1 the count to Alex Cummings.
Not leave left side is where it's. There's a whole thing for directions to fields, and none of them have that. Like address. I don't even need directions. Give me address.
Like comes set with a very unique delivery. He actually comes set with the ball in an upright position near his glove near his face, and Gonzalez takes off and down at second.
It's a long way out.
0-2 now to Alex Cummings.
And that's another thing. If we can go, like in the wintertime, usually we would go over. Like we want to just ski or something.
Cummings sends that one. It's headed out to the field. It's deep. But caught at the warning track, and Gonzalez headed down to third, and he will be in safely, so it will be a sac fly to move move Roberto Gonzalez over to third.
On the interstate, to Wichita, and then cut across and it's interstate. And it's about the same time of the way.
That will bring up Brock Denbo to the plate. Denbo 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. Runner on third for the A's. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. That one in, catches the outer edge of the zone for strike number 1. Comes back inside now and catches the inner half for strike number 2. Denbo takes that one. He'll send it high. It's headed out into right field. It is a pop-up. Throw into home is not in time, and that will score one. So RBI sac fly to Brock Denbo. The A's now leading 8-1.
Yeah. That used to be like taboo to head first.
Exactly. That was one of the rules.
So that will bring in Ryan Davis. Davis 2 for 3 on the evening. A single and a double. Davis will step in to face Link. Takes first pitch for strike number 1.
And you tell them, like, you're doing the exact same thing you were doing when you weren't. It's working now.
He'll send that one on the ground out to short. Shortstop falls and misses it, so infield hit for Ryan Davis.
Just lose his footing.
Pitchers up here are a bit of a rough crowd. They're saying an error. That will bring up now Tyler Toby to the plate. He'll take the first pitch he sees and drives it out into center field. Now runners on first and second. I'm not going to swear to it, but it kind of sounded like
Oh, really?
broken bat. Either way, Toby is on. And we're back at the top of the order with Kyle Morrell.
Yes, yes, Hayden, yeah. Parker? Yeah.
Yeah, you pitched really well.
He did.
Morrell down on the count, 0-1. Runners on first and second, 2 away. A's leading this game 8-1. That one's hit right back at the pitcher. Over to first in time, and that will end the inning for the A's. A's 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. They will strand 2 more, and it is stretch time. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. A's make the call to the bullpen for the bottom of the seventh, and it is Angelo Zazzarino on the mound now for the A's. Zazzarino making his fifth appearance. 3.1 innings pitched. 5 hits, 9 runs. Walked 9 and struck out 4. So Zazzarino throws first pitch, catches the inner corner for strike number 1 to Noah Gaselli. Gaselli hit the home run the last time he was up that was negated due to missing the bag at second. Gaselli down on the count, 0-2. Take that one on a big swing and fouls it off. So we'll do the 0-2 over again. The A's trying to finish this road trip and return home. One misses outside for ball number 1. The beauty of all of this is once we return home, there are only 5 road trips left in the season for the A's. That one's hit down to third. Throw over to first is not in time, and runner aboard for the Rough Riders.
A little over an hour from our house. It actually has really good connections with head coach, but they generally don't take freshmen. It's kind of one what they want. They want people with a play a year, and then they figure out.
Yeah, next one, yeah. I think that's so.
I suspect that.
So that will bring in Brett Benedetti. He is hit in the back. So now runners on first and second.
He's having more fun doing this than he was. He thought he would have fun with baseball, but in a way, going off and doing some of these more enjoyable than he was expecting. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
My other son just goes whatever, but he's kind of like, I think for him, he was like, oh, I was going to go home with my friends. Went off to different schools and all that.
Got it.
But now he's got a whole new set of friends.
That pitch in to Dom Folk for ball number 1. It is the bottom of the 7th. A's leading 8-1, and one out. Runners on first and second. Zazzarino will step off and chase Sully back to second.
I don't think it's, it's bigger than the games we've been in.
Comes set,
But it's, there's
delivers that one.
people from the community. They said the kids just think they're awesome. To them, they're like kindergarten.
Right.
And so
They say did not make contact, so
he grew up around,
swing and a miss.
recognizes that, oh, now.
Evens the count at 1 apiece, but runners now at second and third.
Yeah. Yep. So then he'll see those kids. Yeah, he'll see them. And he said also like the beer garden guys. Will like
1 and 2 now to Dom Folk.
if they're not in the game. They're out there. Like if the guys are warming up with the left fielder, they're talking with them a lot.
Pitch.
That called ball evens the count at 2 apiece. Slider that he says just misses. That one outside now, a full count for Dom Folk. Payoff pitch coming from Zazzarino. Swing and miss, and that will be the first out for the Rough Riders. That brings in Cameron Gardner. Gardner 0 for 2 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. Gardner in to face Zazzarino. Runners at second and third. Now 1 away. That one hit down the third base line, but foul. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Now down in the count 0 and 2.
And then now from this perspective, it's just like there's just so many different ways to get out. Like it's a very challenging game.
Zazarino set. Delivers, and that one outside for ball number 1.
I watched a lot of kids run out that were good. They just couldn't handle it.
You just gotta
I know one of the things that Coach Woodruff has told the pitching staff multiple times over the summer is don't try to overthrow it. That one's fouled off. We'll do the 1-2 over again.
It was like we got really focused on strikeouts. We gotta quit worrying about strikeouts. Don't worry about strikeouts. No, you'll actually strike out less because you'll quit chasing pitches.
Exactly.
Getting frozen.
And
You
being in
can't
your-
stress
yeah,
stuff in the box.
Exactly.
What you need to do is be confident and
That one inside evens a count at 2
a
apiece.
lot of power and so rough.
Totally. Yeah,
Because then you're not afraid to fail. You've already won.
the other way, it's in your head. Going, I don't want to strike.
Inside again, and now a full count to
When he's growing up, it's like
Cameron Gardner.
the guy that's pitching to you is like sitting there like, oh my gosh.
Is he always a big kid?
Yeah. And it was like, you know.
Zazarino delivers. Down low, and that walk will load the bases with one away.
Yeah, exactly.
That will bring in
This kid's
Colton Brooks.
because he's pitching afraid. And
Brooks 1 for 2 on the evening, singled his last time up.
there was a time when it was like, you know how everybody else seems to play?
Did your son play after high school?
My older one? No. He had an opportunity to, at like, like lower level, like D3, D2.
One catches the outer corner, strike number 1.
He kind of was like one of the,
1 and 0 to Brooks. Bases loaded, one away.
He would have wanted to, but I don't think he would have lasted. I don't think he would. I think he
Zazarino delivers, and that one inside evens a count at 1 apiece.
he like this would have been like, you know, that's too much time. Yeah. This one needs some breathing and almost too much. And I almost think some of the stuff he loved the most about it was peripheral stuff, like teammates and just, like
1 and 2,
in high school he got to pitching out.
count to Colton Brooks.
Sitting out there with the guys and just pulling pranks on each other.
Catches the inside corner, and out number 2. Brooks goes down looking, and that will bring in Sam Morris. Morris 1 for 3 on the evening. A strikeout victim his last time up. Morris takes first pitch he sees, he sends it. Foul.
I mean, they're sitting on the curb. That's exactly what happened.
It was out of the park, but going foul, and
First pitch curve.
a long strike number 1.
The score's different, but it's the same thing. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
That pitch delivered up high, evens the count at 1 apiece. Strike number 2 to Sam Morris after the long, loud strike number 1 that left the ballpark. one's fouled back. We'll do the 1-2 over again. One swing of the bat, Sam Morris was trying to bring this game within 3 runs for the Rough Riders. That one's up high, now evens the count at 2 apiece. Morris will make contact, fouls that one off, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. The A's pitching staff with coming into tonight's contest a 6.802 collective ERA. That one's hit foul, and we'll do the 2-2 over yet again. Sam Morris getting a little deep in the pitch count. 8th pitch of this at bat coming for Sam Morris. That one inside and brings the count full. That will walk a run in, and with 2 away, that will bring in Wes Miller. So the A's now leading this game 8-2. That's going to bring up a visit from Coach Woodruff. It was a designed script that the A's were going to see some guys getting short outings tonight. Give some of the back end guys a little bit of work. Maybe some of the pitchers that haven't seen a whole lot of innings, such as Zazarino. So that mound visit will break up, and Wes Miller at the plate, 2 away with bases loaded. And is delivered outside for ball number 1. Say that catches his own, evens the count at 1 apiece. Catches the outer part of the zone, now 1-2 to Wes Miller. Miller's 0 for 3 on the evening. Evens the count at 2 apiece. One up high, and now a full count. Payoff pitch from Zazarino. Runners going, and that will walk in another one. So the A's now leading 8-3, and that brings up
Oh, you weren't looking. Hey, good thinking catch.
Cummings throws down to third, thinking they were going to catch Gardner off the bag, and called safe. So that brings in Keegan Soltis to the plate.
That's the worst feeling too. They're not paying attention.
Ball number 1 up high. Catches his zone, evens the count at 1 apiece. Strike number 2 now to Keegan Soltis. 1 and 2 with 2 away, bases loaded. That one hit foul. We'll do the 1-2 over again. So Noah Gaselli led off the inning. Got on in a single. Advanced in the next at bat when he was hit by pitch. Then followed up by 3 consecutive walks, and that has scored 2 runs. And that is where we are at now. Two and 2 the count to Keegan Soltis. Zazarino delivers. Hit on the ground out into center field. That's going to score 2. RBI single for Keegan Soltis. Runners on first and second for the Rough Riders, and that's going to bring up a pitching change as Coach Woodruff decides to make a change. Angelo Zazarino's evening is done. And it will be Christian Mikado taking over on the mound for the Dodge City A's. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Christian Mikado on the mound now for the Dodge City A's. Mikado comes into tonight's contest. 6 appearances, 9 innings pitched. Mikado was last on the mound for the A's against the Fort Collins Foxes. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 2. So he will face now Dominic Bronk for his first pitch strike. That one down in the dirt, evens the count at 1 apiece. Wes Miller out at second, had a good lead off, and Brock Denbo trying to signal to get Mikado to throw over. Mikado delivers. That one's low again. Ball number 2. Ninth batter of this inning for the Rough Riders. That one thrown in and catches the outer edge of the zone, evens the count at 2 apiece. A balk has been called. So that advances runners to second and third. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. A's leading this game 8-5. That one's hit on the ground. Fielded at second, throw to first. Overthrown, and that will score 2. So an RBI. That will bring up Dominic Bronk. Rather, that was Dominic Bronk at first. Norgaselli at bat for the Rough Riders, and the Rough Riders have pulled within 1. Scored 6 runs so far in this inning. He sends that one high out to center field, and Roberto Gonzalez tracking. He'll haul it in, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 8th, and it will be Matthew Sandoval, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Jacob Klonowski due up when we return. You're listening to A's Baseball. Top of the 8th, A's leading 8-7, and it is Matthew Sandoval stepping in to face Zach Link. Link out now for his 3rd inning of work. Sandoval struck out looking his last time up, and the A's getting the bats back to work. Try to add some insurance runs in this game now. That pitch a little outside for ball number 1. Outside again for ball number 2. Say that catches the outer edge, and two and one, the count to Matthew Sandoval. One catches his own and evens the count at 2 apiece. Two to Sandoval, top of the 8th. That one's thrown in. Sandoval hits it, pops it up, called for by the second baseman, and that will be out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. So one away, and that will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 1 for 3 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. Strike number 1. That one misses up high, evens the count at 1 apiece. Now back down low. 2 and 1, the count to Brendan O'Sullivan, and the A's are trying to extend their league record to 7 and 5 if they can win this game. Sullivan takes that one. He'll hit it out into left center field, and it is down for a hit. So Sullivan on safely at second, or first rather. So that will bring up Jacob Klinowski to the plate. Klinowski 0 for 4. Flew out his last time up. That one in for strike number 1. Sullivan getting a good lead off of first out to the edge of the cutout. That one delivered outside and evens the count at 1 apiece. A's 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Rough Riders 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. 1 and 2, the count to Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski sends that one straight down and foul. We'll redo the 1-2 over again. So the A's, having made the move to the Rocky Mountain League this year, now vying for a spot in the NBC World Series. We know that the winner of the league will advance. Not sure what the standings will be after that. So Klinowski back in. Sullivan goes, throw down to second, Gets out into center field, but not enough for O'Sullivan to advance from there. And now 2-2 to Jacob Klanowski. O'Sullivan now in scoring position for the A's with one away. Klanowski sends that one out to right field, and O'Sullivan not able to advance. Out number 2. So that will bring in Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 2 on the evening, walked on his last time up. Gonzalez takes strike number 1. That one down low. Catcher misses it. He'll trot out to the catcher or the pitcher. One and one the count to Roberto Gonzalez. One up high, now 2-1. The A's scored 2 in the third. That one's popped foul. The A's scored 2 in the third, 5 in the fifth, 1 in the seventh. Rough Riders 1 in the first and 6 in the seventh. Two and two, the count to Roberto Gonzalez. Throw down to third, not in time, and full count now to Roberto Gonzalez, and Sullivan now at third. Tempo not an ally for the Rough Riders in this game as they seem to take their time. That one's hit, sent out into left center field, but hauled in for the final out of the inning. So the A's strand 1, and we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Bottom of the eighth, A's leading this one 8-7 is Brett Benedetti leading off for the Rough Riders. He will face Christian Mikado out for his now second inning of work. Mikado delivers outside for ball number 1. Benedetti 1 for 2 on the evening, was hit by pitch his last time up. That one also outside, now 2-0. Pitch is fouled off by Benedetti down to the first base dugout. 2-1 the count. Now 3-0, appeal down to field umpire, and they say he did not go, so 3-1 now. And that one's up high, will be a leadoff walk to Brett Benedetti. So that will bring in Don Folk. Folk 0 for 3 on the evening, struck out his last time up. Throw over to first, not in time, and Folk still waiting his first pitch from Christian Mikado. Mikado delivers. Strike 1. Throw over to first again. Cotto delivers that one. Little low, evens the count at 1 apiece. Outside, now 2-1. One misses inside. 3-1 now to Dom Folk. One up high, and we'll put runners on first and second for Cameron Gardner. That will bring out a mound visit from Coach Woodruff. 1-1 the count to Cameron Gardner. Runners on first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th for the Rough Riders. Gardner shows back, sends it foul. Now down in the count 1-2. That will catch Gardner looking, and out number 1 for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Colton Brooks. Brooks, a strikeout victim his last time up, is 1 for 3 on the evening. Brooks, the catcher, finishing taking off his gear and taking his time getting into the batter's box. Cotto steps off. He'll chase Benedetti back to second. That one framed by catcher Cummings, and strike number 1. Fastball misses on the outer edge. Now evens the count at 1 apiece. Swung on and fouled. That will make the count 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that is out number 2, and brings up Sam Morris. Morris is 1 for 3 on the evening. Walked on his last time up. So now 2 away, 2 on for the Rough Riders. Cotto misses for ball number 1. Cotto misses inside. Now 2-0 the count to Sam Morris. One on the outside edge, misses again. Now 3-0 as Rough Riders are starting their 5th trip around the batting order. That one's hit. Down the left field line, and a home run. So the Rough Riders have taken the lead 10-8. R.J. Watanabe on the mound now for the Dodge City A's. The A's now trailing in this game 10-8. Watanabe steps in. He will face Wes Miller. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th, and Miller is 0 for 3 on the evening, walked on his last time up. Miller pops it up, sends it into foul territory, and out of play for strike number 1. So the A's now down to their final 3 outs to try to regain the lead in this game, and that one's delivered low for ball number 1. So 1-1 the count to Wes Miller. Watanabe delivers, that one's up high, and 2-1 now. One outside, 3-1 to Miller. Safe to say that the walk has been a major issue for the A's in this game. Swung on and missed. Full count now to Miller with 2 away, and payoff pitch from Watanabe. He gets it, and that will end the inning. Miller goes down looking, and we are headed to the top of the 9th. Cummings, Denbo, and Davis due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Alex Cummings steps in to lead off the top of the 9th for the Dodge City A's and takes first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Cummings sends that one on the ground out into left field, and leadoff runner aboard for the A's. A leadoff single for Alex Cummings. Rough Riders are going to make a pitching change. Andrew Ramirez will go down to run the base paths for Alex Cummings. Sam Morris now on the mound for the Rough Riders. Sam Morris on the mound now will face Brock Denbo. Denbo takes first pitch. He sees 4 strike. Fouls that one off now, down in the count 0-2. The Hayes down to their final 3 outs to try to win this game, or at least extend it. Runner on first. Brock Denbo facing the rider, Sam Morris. That one up high, now 1-2. One low now evens the count at 2 apiece. That one's popped up, going out to right field and hauled in for the first out.
Go right. You got this. No RDXD here. No RDXD.
So one away for the Dodge City A's, runner at first. That will bring in Ryan Davis. Davis 2 for 4 on the evening, got on an error his last time up. That one down low. Will get away and advances. Andrew Ramirez running over to second.
Somewhere. Good eye, good eye.
That one inside, 2-0 to Ryan Davis. Runner on second for the A's, one away. We're in the top of the ninth. A's trailing 10-8.
And not yours, not yours.
One strike on the outer edge. Now 2-1. The Rough Riders have scored 9 of their 10 runs in the 7th and 8th innings. That one framed on the outer edge. Now 2-2. Runner on second for the A's. 2-2 count to Ryan Davis. That pitch down low, and now a full count. Davis giving himself a few taps in the chest. That one's hit out to right field. It is over the head of the right fielder. Ramirez digging for home. Throw in. A stand-up RBI double for Ryan Davis, and that pulls the A's within 1.
That's like you said. What you gotta do, you know, the whole thing started with the little CNI ground ball, and then it's like, oh, now you can board.
So the A's are now going to use Andrew Ramirez after he just scored a run, running for Alex Cummings in the catcher position, and now they're going to pinch run Andrew Ramirez for Ryan Davis.
It's something to do with the way the time is. Oh, okay. I think the problem is this time.
Okay, so they're not going to pinch run.
I think was trying to do like you would with a courtesy runner where you can't do that with anybody.
So after some confusion from the home plate umpire, it will be Ryan Davis
Like a one time,
that stays at second.
I think they're concerned.
So that will bring in Tyler Toby. Toby, 1 for 1, hit a single his last time up. So the A's within 1 at 10-9. That will bring in Tyler Toby with 1 away and runner at second for the Dodge City A's.
That's a tying run. I might worry about defense. Picking up. Let's go A's.
Toby takes first pitch he sees for strike. That pitch in for strike number 2. 1 away. Runner in scoring position for the A's. The tying run out at second base, and Ryan Davis with 1 out. That one's fouled off. We'll do the 0-2 over again. This game approaching the 3-hour mark.
Go 70. You got this.
That one's hit on the ground out into right field. Ryan Davis digging for home. Nope. He rounds third, and Coach Woodruff makes the wise choice to hold him up. So now runners on the corners for the A's. So Kyle Morrell. Nope. We're going to have a pinch hitter. That will be Michael Widener stepping in for the Dodge City A's. Widener stepping in for Kyle Morrell at the top of the order. Runners on the corners. 1 out. A's trailing 10-9. Widener takes a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Widener fouls that one off, down in the count 0-2.
Way to hang. Way to battle.
Well, fouls that one off again. Do the 0-2 over again. Runner goes, and now runners at second and third with Widener striking out, and that will bring in Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval 2 for 4 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. So the A's down to their last out to either extend or try to take the lead in this game. The tying run at third base. Go ahead run out at second. Matthew Sandoval. Big swing and a miss for strike number 1.
Need a base hit here. Here we go.
That one hit to short. That will score 1, and we're in a tie ball game with runners on the corners after an error
Good boy, Ryan.
on the shortstop.
Good job, Matt.
You were prepared to do this again, right?
No, I thought we'd be home. No, yeah.
So that will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 2 for 4 on the evening. Singled his last time up. Runners on the corners for the A's. Tie ball game 10-10. Top of the ninth with 2 outs.
Oh my God. To end the game.
That is a bad, bad call. Field umpire says he got his helmet on the throw over. There's no way that was even remotely close, and that ends the inning for the A's. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth.
Hey, go battle. Forget about it. Go battle.
1-1 the count to. Now 2-1 to Keegan Soltis. Big swing and a miss, evens the count at 2 apiece. Bottom of the ninth, tie ball game, 10-10. The A's are trying to get out of this and send it to the top of the 10th. Try to win this ball game. That one's hit foul down the third base line, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. I don't know what the dimensions are here at Chuck Griffith Jr. Field, but we know that it is a short porch down the third base line. Full count now to Keegan Soltis. That one's hit out to left field. And out number 1 for the Rough Riders.
Keep battling.
Matthew Sandoval there to haul that one in, and one away now. That will bring in Dominic Brock. Brock 0 for 4 on the evening, got on an error his last time up. Pitch inside for ball number 1. That one inside again, now 2-0 to Dominic Brock. Brock 0 for 4 on the evening. That one catches the lower part of the zone, now 2-1. It's fouled straight back. Evens the count at 2 apiece. RJ wants a different ball. One's fouled down the first base side. Redo the 2-2. He's trying to gather 2 more outs, and RJ wants a different ball again. That one's gonna fall in for a hit, falling out into shallow right center field. So 1 on for the Rough Riders. That brings up Noah Gaselli. Gaselli 1 for 4 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. One up for ball number 1. Watanabe working from the first base side of the rubber. Strike on the outer edge and evens the count at 1 apiece. Throw down to first was not in time.
Let's roll 2 now.
One and two, or 1 and 1 to Gaselli. That one will be popped foul, and now 1 and 2. And a walk-off home run for Noah Gaselli, and that will end the ball game. The A's will drop this one 10 to 11. Actually, it'll be 10 to 12 since it was a home run. Noah Gaselli took an extra second out at second base to make sure that it counted this time, and the Rough Riders walk it off for their first victory in the league. The A's drop this one 12 to 10. So your final game numbers really quick. A's 10 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors, A Strand 10. The Rough Riders 12 runs, 8 hits. They commit 2 errors, they strand 4. The loss will go to RJ Watanabe. The win will go to Sam Morris. So that is your final game numbers. I am Justin Hergert alongside Blake Mayfield, Ruby Duran, and William Roberts saying so long and good night from Colorado. We'll be back on the air Saturday as we face the Hayes Arcs in Hayes, Kansas. So long and good night.